Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unwiring Tech, where we break down the latest in technology and AI in ways that are simple and fun to understand. I am your host, Amrita, joined by my co host, Ranjana. And today we'll be talking about something super important in the world of artificial intelligence and the digital future: compute power. Now, you might be thinking, what's compute power and why should I care? Well, you know how oil was a big driver of the Industrial Revolution. It powered factories, fueled cars, and changed the world. Compute power is like the oil of our digital age, fueling the AI revolution. It's the force behind all those smart applications and devices we use every day. But let's break it down with a fun example.
Imagine you have a friend who is really smart. Like they can solve any math problem faster than anyone else. But there is one catch. To do all that thinking, they need a super fast calculator. The faster the calculator, the faster they can think and give you answers. That's essentially what compute power is. It's like this super speedy calculator, but for computers and AI. The more powerful it is, the faster AI can work to solve problems, analyze data, and even recommend what movie you should watch next.
So, why is this important for the future? Think about all the ways we already use AI, from weather forecasts to personalized ads to smart assistants like Siri or Alexa. As AI gets better and more data is being created every day, we need these powerful computers or compute power to keep up with all that information. Without it, things slow down and we get less accurate results.
Right, Amrita. So, compute power is like the backbone of AI. Take for instance GPT-4, the model we are using right now. It was trained using thousands of GPUs working together for weeks. These AI models need massive computational resources to learn from vast data sets. Just imagine all the information it needs to process. It's staggering.
Absolutely, Ranjana. And India is also making strides in this area. For example, the Indian government's National Supercomputing Mission aims to build a vast network of supercomputers across the country. These will be crucial for boosting AI research and innovation in India. But it's not just about having the hardware. These are significant challenges when it comes to scaling up compute power.
You are absolutely right, Amrita. And one of the biggest challenge is meeting the growing demand for high performance computing in AI applications. As AI becomes embedded in industries like healthcare, finance, and even entertainment, the demand for compute power skyrockets. This is where we start to see bottlenecks.
All of this, and how can we forget about the energy consumption, right? These data centers use a mind boggling amount of energy.
Right, Amrita. For example, Google's data centers reportedly use around 12 terawatt hours of electricity annually, which is about the same as the entire city of San Francisco. This raises serious sustainability concerns as AI's growth continues.
Right, Ranjana? And that's why companies are innovating in new ways to tackle these issues. For instance, Microsoft has been experimenting with underwater data centers to keep them cool more efficiently. They have even built one off the coast of Scotland. Google, on the other hand, is heavily investing in renewable energy to power their data centers. Their goal? To operate entirely on clean energy in the near future.
It's fascinating how these companies are addressing sustainability concerns. But what about the role of governments in supporting AI infrastructure? Governments all across the world are playing a very important role in this. For example, in USA, the National AI Initiative aims to maintain America's leadership in AI by investing in research and infrastructure. Similarly, European Union is focused on creating regulations and investments that foster AI development while ensuring its ethical and sustainable development.
And Ranjana, India is also not far behind. The government has recognized the importance of compute power in AI development. Initiatives like the Eravat platform are central to India's AI strategy, providing a hub for research and supercomputing resources. The Union Cabinet recently approved the India AI Mission, allocating Rs 10,372 crores over the next 5 years to support private companies in setting up AI computing capacity in India, among other initiatives. The central government announced its plan in March to procure 10,000 graphics processing units within the next 18 to 24 months to boost the computing power available in India.
Right, Amrita, and that's a great news. And AI is not just about training models. Once they are trained, AI needs compute power for inference. That's when AI uses the model to make real time predictions or decisions. Think of self driving cars. They constantly process data from sensors, cameras, and radars to navigate safely. All of that real time decision making relies heavily on high performance computing. If only a few big companies or governments control all the compute power in the world, that could have a lot of control over what we see online, from search results to recommendations. Scary, right? That's why it's important to keep compute power decentralized or shared so that no single group has too much control over it.
Now let's move into the heart of the issue: keeping compute power decentralized. In the digital ecosystem, it's a bit like a game of Monopoly. If just one person or company owns all the houses and hotels, in this case, the compute power, it can block others from playing, or in this case, innovating. The risk: we might see fewer new applications, less competition, and possibly even privacy issues because centralizing control over compute power increases vulnerability to cyber attacks. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are some very cool ways to spread compute power around. For example, letting people share and reroute compute power using smart contracts, kind of like how you can rent out a spare room through Airbnb. This helps distribute compute power across different devices and locations so no one can hoard it.
And then there is open source software. It's all about sharing and collaborating. If more people and companies work together and make their technology accessible, we can prevent monopolies from forming. And the good news is that some technologies like edge computing, where processing happens closer to where the data is generated, are becoming more popular nowadays. This means more compute powers for more people in more places.
But it's not just up to tech companies and developers to keep this balanced. Policymakers and regulators need to step up too. They can help make sure no one hogs all the compute power through things like antitrust laws. And they can also set standards for cybersecurity and privacy so that we all feel safer when using AI driven apps and services. And therefore, it's a delicate balance. That's why both companies and governments are focusing on building more efficient infrastructure, and innovations like quantum computing could be a game changer in the future. Like quantum computing, that could be a game changer in the future. Though it's still early days, quantum computers promise to solve complex problems much faster than classical computers, which could revolutionize AI.
So, what's the takeaway here? Compute power is the fuel driving our AI future, but we need to be careful about who controls it. Decentralizing compute power isn't just about fairness, it's about keeping innovation alive, protecting our data, and ensuring a competitive, secure digital world. The age of compute is here, folks. And it's up to all of us, technologists, governments, and users like you and me, to make sure it's used responsibly. It's not just about having the raw power, it's about using it wisely.
Rightly said, Ranjana. So that's it for today's episode of Unwiring Tech. I hope you found this deep dive into compute power and AI both informative and fun. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious and keep unwiring tech with us.